You don't need to be ripped. You just need the right shirt. Epic Fits gives you a clean, confident silhouette, snug on the arms, soft on the skin, generous where it counts. And with deals like $15 per tee, they won't break the bank. Visit epicfits.com today. Epic Fits. T-shirts that get it.
Calaroga Shark Media.
From Washington, D.C., where the streets being occupied by the military seems like it should be news or something, this is Ballot.
And Kamala Harris is going on tour. How boring is that? I'm Patrick Gutfield, and Vice President J.D. Vance and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth made a little field trip to Union Station to visit National Guard troops, while protesters outside were chanting, "Free D.C." Now, when your own capital city is demanding to be freed, that's usually not a great sign for your administration. The Trump team has deployed nearly 2,000 National Guard troops to Washington, turning the nation's capital into what can only be described as military cosplay. There are massive military transport vehicles parked all over the city. I haven't seen this much military hardware in D.C. since the last Independence Day movie. Arrests are up 20% in just 10 days. 20%! That's impressive efficiency. Most government programs can't increase anything by 20% other than spending. But here's where it gets good. Vance and Hegseth decided to celebrate bringing law and order back by taking the troops to Shake Shack. Yes, Shake Shack. Nothing screams mission accomplished quite like a hamburger photo op. I wonder if the guys got Trump a black and white shake. I'm guessing he just wanted vanilla. Speaking of questionable leadership decisions, if you want to hear more about the military rolling tanks down D.C., check out the Acting President podcast. Trust me, after listening to that show, military occupation of burger joints will seem completely reasonable. Trump announced during a radio interview that he was planning to join police and National Guard troops on patrol in Washington last night. Yes, the 78-year-old commander-in-chief wanted to go on a ride-along. I wanted to go to bed and not stay up until midnight to finish the podcast. Trump told conservative radio host Todd Starnes, "I'm going to be going out tonight, I think with the police and with the military, of course. We're going to do a job." Now, while this is fun and all, please remember, it got you to stop asking about the Epstein Files. Just like every other ridiculous story. Trump took to Truth Social this week to announce, "We will not approve wind or farmer-destroying solar." And yes, he did capitalize solar like it's a proper noun. Maybe he thinks solar is someone's name. "Sorry, solar, you're fired." Trump added that the days of stupidity are over in the USA with 3 exclamation points, which in Trump speak means he's really, really serious this time. Also, he doesn't seem to understand what the word over means. This new policy actually means the days of stupidity are just beginning in the USA. 4 exclamation points. Now here's the irony. Trump is blaming renewables for rising electricity prices, even though we're facing an electricity shortage. If only we had the sun or a strong breeze to make some energy. According to the Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory, and these are actual scientists, not Truth Social scientists, solar and battery storage are literally the fastest way to fix the supply problem. They make up the overwhelming majority of projects waiting to connect to the grid. So Trump's solution to an electricity shortage is to ban the thing that could solve the electricity shortage the fastest. That's like responding to a house fire by banning water. Also, declaring war on solar is a good way to distract you from asking that someone release the Epstein Files.
What if everything you've been taught about happiness is wrong? We chase careers, approval, more stuff, hoping it'll finally make us feel fulfilled, but it never sticks. What if happiness isn't out there, but already inside you, just waiting to be unlocked? Discover the book, The Happiness Experiment. Every person has a unique happiness type, and when you understand yours, everything shifts. You'll stop chasing and start creating joy on your own terms. Discover your happiness type with a free happiness type assessment. Go to myhappinesstype.com. That's myhappinesstype.com. It takes just a minute and it might change your life. Then grab your copy of The Happiness Experiment at Books A Million. This isn't just a book, it's a practical framework, a journey inward. It's a tool to help you reconnect with the happiness that's been waiting inside you all along. Pick up The Happiness Experiment and start your happiness experiment today.
You don't need to be ripped. You just need the right shirt. Epic Fits gives you a clean, confident silhouette, snug on the arms, soft on the skin, generous where it counts. And with deals like $15 per tee, they won't break the bank. Visit epicfits.com today. Epic Fits, t-shirts that get it.
The State Department announced Thursday that they're reviewing the records of more than 55 million foreigners who hold valid U.S. visas. 55 million. That's like reviewing the entire population of South Korea, except they're all here legally and we're second-guessing ourselves. They're calling it continuous vetting, which sounds like what happens when you can't decide what to watch on Netflix, except with much higher stakes and less Stranger Things. The department is looking for what they call indicators of ineligibility: visa overstays, criminal activity, threats to public safety, your name being in the Epstein Files, or any involvement with terrorist organizations. You know, the usual red flags that probably should have been caught the first time around. They're reviewing everything: social media accounts, law enforcement records from home countries, the Epstein Files, and any violations committed while in the United States. Former Vice President Kamala Harris announced a 15-city book tour for her memoir, 107 Days, which sounds less like a presidential campaign and more like a very specific prison sentence. The only tour that would be less interesting is if Train decided to do a greatest hits tour. The publisher says Harris will share what she saw, what she learned, and what it will take to move forward. What she saw was defeat. What she learned was losing. What it will take to move forward is apparently a book tour. Harris is making stops everywhere from New York to Toronto to London. Yes, London. Maybe she's testing the waters for a different kind of campaign. She's such a bad candidate, she'd probably lose to Prince Andrew in an election to replace King Charles. Sources close to Harris say she's keeping her options open for a 2028 presidential run, which is like how I keep my options open to date Gal Gadot. Portions of today's show were made with the help of AI and a candidate so bad she lost to a convicted felon. Release the Epstein Files, you coward.
Taylor Swift has a new album coming, The Life of a Showgirl, and we've got all the details. Join us every Sunday on the Taylor Swift Today podcast, your ultimate source for everything happening in Taylor's world. From her romance with Travis Kelce to career milestones, legal battles, and cultural impact, we cover it all. I'm Allie, and I'll bring you exclusive insights, breaking news, and the stories that matter to Swifties everywhere. Whether it's new music, red carpet appearances, or the latest from the Eras Tour, we're your weekly destination for Taylor Swift news. Subscribe to Taylor Swift Today wherever you get your podcasts.
From Calaroga Shark Media comes Celebrity Trials, the explosive new podcast that exposes the truth behind America's most captivating cases. I'm Reed Carter, and I'll take you inside real live daily trials and classic celebrity cases where fame, power, and justice collide. From Jeffrey Epstein's billion-dollar sex trafficking empire to the prep school killer who walked free, from family annihilators to celebrity plea deals. Discover the shocking verdicts, twisted evidence, and cultural forces that shape American justice. These aren't just crimes, they're cultural moments that reveal who we really are. Justice isn't always swift, but it's absolutely riveting. Celebrity Trials, available wherever you get your podcasts.
You can call me James. I spent 23 years designing aircraft that officially don't exist for agencies you think TV made up. Until I started asking the wrong questions. Navy ships are recording objects moving at impossible speeds. Infrastructure is failing in coordinated patterns. The moon looks smaller than it did 10 years ago. None of this is a coincidence. The official explanations don't add up. This is Paranormal Aliens, where we connect the dots they don't want connected. If you're hearing this, you know where to get podcasts. Follow Paranormal Aliens. New episodes weekly until they shut me down.